Hey, what's up? It's Pat from PopularMMOs.com, and I'm doing a features video for World of Warcraft, a subscription-based fantasy MMORPG by Blizzard Entertainment. And this is actually the most popular MMO right now. And what I'm going to be showing you guys is the Battlegrounds. I'm going to show you a dungeon, show you some of the crafting, and just tell you a little bit more about this game in general. First thing I'll show you guys real quick while I'm here is the auction house. And the auction house is really easy to use. Pretty much there's a search option and there's categories you can go through to find what you're looking for. It's really easy to use. One of the nice things about World of Warcraft is you could easily queue for dungeons or battlegrounds, which are the PvP in the game, from anywhere in the world. And you can start at very low levels too. You can start battlegrounds at level 10 and you can start dungeons at level 15. So you don't have to spend a lot of time doing quests if you don't want to. So this is the queue for the dungeons. I'm going to show you how it works. You could either queue randomly, or you can queue for a specific dungeon if you want to do one specifically. But you do get bonuses, you get some extra money and experience, and you get a satchel that has some good stuff in it for you if you queue randomly. So I'm just going to queue, and it should go instantly if you pick tank. So that's one of the good things about picking a class like tank or healer in these type of games is the queue goes extremely quickly. Alright, so now we're already in a dungeon. And what's great about this game is there's hundreds of dungeons pretty much. There are so many dungeons in this game, so it's great. There's always going to be different ones to do. So you're not going to just get bored, because some games, they really don't have enough. And pretty much every couple levels, there's going to be a new dungeon for you to access. So that way you won't get bored with it. This game also has tons of different raids. The raids really aren't available till a much higher level. Alright, now I'm going to show you guys some of the combat. And the combat is pretty easy to do. You pretty much just use your action bar, which is going to give you skills to use in the battle. If you wonder why I pause so much, it's because I am really horrible at fighting and talking at the same time. One thing I wanted to say about the dungeons in this game is there's actually a lot of really awesome, really unique dungeons, and that's something you don't see in a lot of games. And one of my personal favorites is Blackrock Depths, which is actually a really long dungeon. There's like almost 20 bosses, but it's a really cool place. And what I don't like about most dungeons in games is they're usually really linear. I like dungeons you can get lost in. There's a lot of great dungeons and raids in World of Warcraft. This is the first boss. The next thing I want to show you guys is the Battlegrounds in the game. And this is part of the PvP system in the game. And you can easily queue for these just like I queued for the dungeon, so I'm going to do that right now. And right now there's only 2 available, but as you get higher level, more of them are going to unlock. And there actually is some more PvP in the game also. When you do hit the level cap, there are what are called arenas, and they're going to be death matches, and they could either be done in groups of 2, 3, or 5. But pretty much throughout the levels, you can do Battlegrounds. And Battlegrounds are actually a way you can level all the way up if you like to. It's not the best way to, but it is a choice. And in World of Warcraft, you can choose to level all the way up from quests, all the way up from dungeons once you hit, level 15, all the way up from PvP once you hit level 10. And those are all viable methods to hit the level cap. And if you really enjoy one of those ways, then you might as well do it. I've seen lots of people level up just through Battlegrounds if they really like PvP. While we wait for the Battleground to go, I'm going to show you guys the talent tree in the game. This is a way to customize your character. So right now I'm a warrior class, and there's lots of different classes, of course. And I chose to spec myself into protection, so I can be a tank class, but you can also choose to be a DPS class with a 2-handed weapon, or even with 2 2-handed weapons. So you can, change your character. You don't have to play a warrior in a certain way. You can play each class in many different ways, and that's what's nice. It's always nice to be able to customize your character so you're not just like everyone else. Okay guys, so my queue went for the Battleground, and what a Battleground really is, it's an object-oriented PvP battle. And each Battleground's going to have a different objective. In this one, as I open the map, you can see there are 5 different nodes on the map, and the object is to control those nodes, and when you control them, you gain points. And you're going to win the match when you get up to 1,600 points, so it's important that people capture them and defend them and things like that. And each Battleground is going to have completely different. So there's ones where you capture the flag, and they're pretty much just PvP games where you're fighting other people and you have objects to complete. You're also going to get more points if you win, obviously. and also for killing people. And you can spend those on gear. So this is one of the reasons this is a good way to level in the game, is because you're actually going to be able to still gear up just doing PvP. So I'm going to show you guys a little PvP right now. And at this level, there's actually a lot of people that that cap their character at level 19 just so they could easily kill other players. Because right now I'm level 15 and it goes up to 19 in this section. So it's going to be hard to fight at these lower levels. But once you get up higher in the game, it'll be more fair once you can gear up your character. Another tip would be to stay with people on your team and not just go off fighting by yourself, because you're most likely going to get jumped by a couple different people like I did and die. Alright, so now I want to talk a little bit about crafting. And in this game you get to choose 2 main professions. There's a bunch to choose from, but you can only choose 2. And there's some secondary ones like fishing, cooking, first aid, and archaeology, and everyone gets those automatically. So I picked mining and blacksmithing. So there's gathering professions like mining, and then there's ones like blacksmithing where you can actually make stuff. So there's going to be gathering professions like this where you just gather stuff in the world. And those are actually great money makers, by the way. So if you want to make a lot of money, you might even want to pick 2 gathering professions. One thing I always thought was interesting about World of Warcraft is these monsters with silver lining around their name, as you can see, and those are called rare spawns. And you're going to see them every once in a while in the game, and they all drop, they're always going to drop something good. So it's always cool when you see those, because you know you're going to get some good stuff for your character. And they are a lot stronger than normal monsters around. But I don't know, it's one of those little things in the game that I really liked about World of Warcraft. One thing I wanted to mention also, guys, is there's also a pet system in this game. And you can get pets for your character, but they're called companions, but they don't actually do anything. They're just for looks, so there really isn't anything special about them at the moment. But you know, it's another fun thing, you know, to collect and stuff like that. So some people enjoy that kind of thing. Now I'm going to show you guys how to actually do some crafting, and I'll show you how to use blacksmithing. So when you mine stuff, like this is what I mined before. All you'd have to do is you'd have to be near a forge. So sometimes you need to be near something for some of the skills, and this is going to turn them into bars. Then you're going to be able to use those bars to actually make something. So I have some recipes here, and you're going to get some recipes from your trainer, and also you're going to find other ones in the world. Like some are going to drop off monsters, others are going to be from NPCs also. And this is really easy to use the crafting in this game. So I'm just going to make one thing to show you guys. Oh, and it also requires you to have a hammer, which you could buy from the blacksmith person right here. So I'm going to make one of these, and they're really easy to make. And the crafting in this game is extremely simple to use. It's not very deep, but it's really easy to use. And one of the things about World of Warcraft is a lot of things are very easy to figure out. And this game is very new player friendly, and that's one of the reasons that the game is as popular as it is. One of the last little features I wanted to talk about in World of Warcraft is it's called Transmog, and you can take some gear that you really like the look of, and you could actually use it with different gear, so your character keeps that same look. And a lot of people like that because some of the gear you might not like how it looks, but you can always keep some of the old gear now. That's one of the newer features in the game. And that's about all I want to talk about for the World of Warcraft features video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to my channel, and check out PopularMMOs.com. See you guys.